Well, I don't know if you have joined me on this live stream. Still testing the kit out, but this is the first time I'm out of the office and trying out this new piece of kit. And I've stopped the car and I've jumped out because just in front of me here I have found an absolutely delightful covey of grey partridge, and they're right at the side of the road. These are now every now and again I am right by the side of a road and people are going to go past and drive, including an old friend from school. That's Luke, who now owns a tree company. I'm on my local patch. How you doing, Luke? And the partridge are really quite unbothered by all the traffic. And these are our traditional English partridge, grey partridge. More often than not, you see red-legged partridge, which are the French partridge introduced for shooting. But these partridge, tucked in behind this fence, shame we've got a fence in a way, but there we go, are our British partridge. Lovely birds, bigger than the red-leg, quite considerably. And they've got to be, oh, they're looking a bit wary now. I wonder if they've clocked me. Yep, off they go. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's got to be a dozen birds out there. Look at that black patch on their bellies. They're beginning to fluff themselves up. Having a bit of a preen. It's a lovely sight. It's always worth keeping your eyes open as you're driving along out in the countryside, because you never know what's about. Look at this. Look at what they're eating there. Pulling some autumnal berries. Not half the vegetation. And this is the thing about partridge. They'll be out in the open 1 minute. You can see them quite clearly. And then before you know it, they've scuttled into some undergrowth. Look at that, they're darting around. They're lovely. I was just about to talk about what they're eating, and it's just very, very clear that they've been tucking into those berries. So this is my very first ever outdoor live stream, and I'm using some fabulous bits of new technology from Yellow Box Wi-Fi. That means that I can pretty much be anywhere I like and get my wildlife filming camera out and do a live stream. So what I'm just doing at the moment, I've gone a bit quiet because I think I may as well tell some people on Twitter what I'm doing. So I'm quickly going to stick a tweet out there, and if you want to talk to me, if you are watching this, you got something to say, got a question, you can just ask away. Ask me on Twitter. I haven't got my YouTube live streaming comments up live on my phone yet, so it'll have to be through Twitter. was just a delightful little surprise seeing these birds. I do know they're around, and I have seen them on the side of this road before, but I've never seen this many. They've always been in twos or threes, but this is a lovely big covey. Now I'm still playing around with all the technical settings for this live streaming, so I don't know how good the quality of this is at present. If it's not quite up to scratch, I'll have a look at it all when I get back and sort it out. But it's quite exciting to be doing this. I was actually on my way to try and track down a short-eared owl a couple of miles down the road from where I am, Sandwich Bay. There is a short-eared owl around, but it was going to be a bit of a long shot, and I just couldn't resist stopping to see these guys. They're certainly a farmland bird that's suffered quite heavily over the last 50 years. Their numbers have plummeted, really down to the loss of habitat, food source in the winter, breeding habitat. But here and there they are still doing very well. And out here on Worth Marshes, there's certainly a bird you would expect to see if you spend a few hours out here. So if you're watching me live on YouTube, thank you very much. This is my first ever live broadcast. I've got all sorts of plans with it. I'm talking with the RSPB, talking with the Kent Wildlife Trust, and hoping to get over to their reserves, do some early morning shows, interview their wardens, find out what's going on people's local patches all over the country. But I've got to get all the technical stuff right first, which is what these early days are about. These partridge are very busy. Very, very busy. Okay, it's not Blue Planet, stood by the side of the road with cars and vans going past, but it's live. It's the sort of sight that you can have on your commute to pick the kids up from school, home from work. My guess is that what we're looking at here is probably a large extended family. They can have 7 or 8 chicks, and I certainly know that the farmers around here control foxes quite tightly. So the partridge probably able to get quite a few young raised up and away. But of course winter will come, and that will be the telling time. And goes the lady, perhaps on her way home from work, and hasn't noticed those partridge there at all. But then there is a man standing by the side of the road with a very big camera, so she's probably looking at me. Far more interesting to look at the partridge. And if I'm just going to zoom out a little bit, you can see I am stood right by the side of my car. There's my car door. But that view you see beyond you there is Worth Marshes. And very interesting things going on. Worth Marshes, it's a large area of largely sort of cattle and sheep graze land. That's what it's been for many years. But recently the RSPB have bought a huge amount of it, and it is one of their biggest conservation projects at the moment in the UK. And the whole area is being managed now for wildlife. with, of course, still some livestock and farming going on as well. A sustainable approach. Look, if we go right over there, we can see some sheep, but not too many. Keeping the area grazed, keeping the grass in good nick. Good length for birds like lapwings and grey plover. See plenty of those around here. Curlew as well. And in the distance you can see the churches of Sandwich, the town of Sandwich. And this lovely area of marsh sits between the towns of Deal and Sandwich, and I'm on somewhere called the Ancient Highway, which is an old road that links the two. It's quite an autumnal sight, that, isn't it? Mist hanging over the marshes. Some green leaves still on the bushes. Some of them beginning to lose it all. There should be some of them stuffed with berries. There we go. See through the misty afternoon there. There's a few berries on that hawthorn. And last night, whilst I was walking the dog, I could hear the peep, peep, peep of redwings coming in over the English Channel. So there's no doubt about it. Migrants are on their way, and they'll be looking for those berries. It won't be long before the marshes have fieldfare and redwing all over them. We've got something coming in here. What have we got? Looks like it's a rook. I was going to say crow, but it's not a rook. Passing rook. There's a rookery not too far away. And there the farmers hard at work. Normally I would expect to see some lapwing and curlew and stuff out there, but I think perhaps all this heavy plant work going on has probably pushed them off for a bit. I'm not sure what they're doing out there. It looks like they might be draining ditches. I'm just moving a load of soil around. Always something going on in the countryside, but I'm not sure that's the RSPB farm. I think the RSPB farms are just a little bit further beyond. Now, what stopped me, in case you've only just joined up, at the side of the road here were these little lovely grey partridge. If you're talking classic partridge in a pear tree, these are the partridge you're talking about. And I hate to say it, Christmas isn't far away. Just got a little bit too close to the road that time. Scared themselves. And see what they can shift when they go. Look at this. Yeah. They scuttle along. They seem very relaxed, but the slightest thing. And there we off. I'm quite pleased I haven't disturbed them actually, because I'm slightly worried that by stopping and getting out of the car I was going to put them up, but I was very careful and they didn't. They stayed put, just grazing on the grass out there by the looks of it, probably picking up seeds as well as nibbling on the still quite fresh shoots. It's not been cold yet, that grass is still growing. And what an absolutely lovely sight on a November afternoon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, there's got to be a dozen out there. And I think I will call that a day with the grey partridge. Hopefully that was a successful test of all the kit. I might go and try and find that shorted owl in a minute as well. So if you are watching, you might get another alert in a minute if I find that owl. Something spooked these guys. Are they going to go up? Are they going to go up? That would finish the show, wouldn't it? Yeah, something's really spooked them. Ooh. I don't know what it is. Let me look around. Let me look behind me. I can't see anything. Maybe they spotted a sparrowhawk. Sparrowhawks often out over the marshes here. Oh no, it's a bird of prey. What's that over there? Being mobbed. What have we got? Oh, can't quite see it. Car's in the way. I suspect it was a kestrel, but I'm gonna have to wait till it comes around to the back of the car. Sorry, you're just looking at the back of my truck at the moment. I can't move the camera too far because I've only got so much cabling, but oh, it's gone. I wonder what that was, but I think that's probably what put up. Oh, I didn't put them up, made them look a bit more relaxed now as the predator's gone away. Anyway, I think perhaps onto the shorted owls. If I find it, you'll get an alert on the live stream. Thanks for watching.